Okay, today on the bench we've got actually a very interesting robot. It's one I hadn't seen this variation of before, so I was really hoping I was going to be able to fix it. But it's not the case. Not every robot can be repaired easily. But this one had, I don't know, should I describe the functions first? I'll describe the problems first, then we'll talk about the functions. First problem is, down here in the leg section, this gear is split. And I don't have a gear of the same outside diameter with the same number of teeth. And every time that split comes around, that locks up. It can't go any further. And if you go the other way, it locks up. Can't go any further. The other thing you might notice that's odd about this is the same crank that drives the legs sticks out here, and that actually drives the arms from down below. Very unusual. I've not seen that before. Anyway, this gear right here, if I could find one of the right number of teeth and the right diameter, is driven by this crown gear. This crown gear is still okay, and this part is okay, and this drive is okay. And then we come to the rotating ramp sequencer. It's going to lock up in the oddest place. It'll open up, which is the heart, normally where if they're going to have a problem, that's where they're going to have it. And just before it drops and closes again, it's going to lock up. And that's because if that shows up in the camera, see that long white gear in the back and that long split all the way down it? Well, the problem with that is because it's split more at the top than it is at the bottom, and these two gears need to stay in sync with each other. See, there's one tooth difference between the two, and that's why the ramps walk around and do what they do. But when that split comes around, when it's spreading, that pushes this gear down, and it gets down to where it's split less, and the top is split more, and so the whole thing binds up and stops and doesn't move anymore. Now, the interesting thing is when that is working correctly, when this gear is up right now, because these two plates are together, that energizes this, which energizes that, which would motivate the walking and arm swinging action. Then, when this splits, this gear is going to get pushed down, because these two are going to separate. You can do it by hand. There you can see the wedge. These two are going to separate, and then this gear up here, if you were watching, see how that moves down? When these two separate like that, that gear is going to come down and engage this gear. And this gear is going to rotate the head 360. Now they have a commutator in here, if we can get and brushes, that supply power to a light, which is in the center of the head. So a light will be on, even though it's rotating. And this metal gear on this shaft was slipping. It was actually the first thing I noticed. So I soldered those two together, took care of the slipping. So that part was working right. Now the shaft sticking all the way up into that slot, that's to lock the head so it won't turn while it's in the walking mode. Right now we'd be in walking mode, and you don't want the head to turn. So one of the first things I noticed besides this gear slipping was this whole shaft starting from here on down was bent. And it's not supposed to have been bent. And that just means some kid has grabbed the head and tried to forcibly turn the head by hand when the thing wasn't running, and it just bent that shaft. So that's kind of a poor design on the part of this robot toy, which is unfortunate. But as you can see, the two main problems that's going to stop me from fixing this is going to be I don't have a long gear, so that if you can try to put two plastic ones in there, one may slip. They may not stay in sync, and then you'll end up with the same binding problem you have now. You need one long gear, and I don't have anything that's going to fit in there and do that, and I don't have one to fix the leg section as we just talked about, so you're not going to do that. You know, the other thing that is really bizarre about this whole thing seemed to have been super lubed with a really thick, sticky axle grease. So thick and sticky that the arms almost couldn't move. The head was bound up and almost couldn't move. Even the wheels down in the bottom were so bound up with the grease that, say, these front ones that don't have the ratchets, I had to break loose wouldn't move. And broke all those loose and got those working. So I was really hoping that I would find a gear that would work there. And I did find one that had more teeth, but unfortunately it was just slightly large in diameter. And this one sits down inside a groove. See this area here? Sits down inside a groove, so that being slightly bigger, one, it made it tight against this gear, and two, it made it drag against there. So didn't have a gear that would work there, and every time you come to that split, it's going to hang up and stop. So very unusual. Really wanted to see this one working. When the arms are on there, let's just kind of mock this thing together here so you can get an idea of what it would have looked like. How much trouble do I want to go to? I'm going to limit my amount of trouble I'm going to go to on this thing. That's going to fit in there. That would have fit on there. Would have been a bit of a jigsaw puzzle to put back together, but not too bad. So there the arms are on the cranks. I really need someone to hold that. You may just have to imagine that one. And of course the body would go on. The shoulders would snap in once the arm's in place. And then there's a screw that can go in there. And there's this sticker, because you have to make sure you get the batteries in the right way or you jam everything up. And then there's this cool, don't want to lose that screw, cool battery box with arrows pointing up so you know how to take that on and off to work it. So this is what it would have looked like if it was together. Set the camera back a little bit further. And tip this up. So we're talking about something like that. So it would have walked, would have stopped walking. The head, which has a light right there, would rotate all the way around and always stop facing the front, and then it would start walking again. The arms would move via these same cranks that run the legs, only when it's walking. Again, I've not ever seen it done that way. And in fact, the gears driving the feet I haven't seen done that way with the crown gear. And it's the rotating head 360. Very unique choice. Would have been so cool to see work, but alas. We'll put it back together so all the parts are there, and perhaps someday somebody will find gears of the proper diameter and with the proper teeth count, and the thing can be saved. I know there's some people out there that like to make the rubber molds and recast new gears, and I always suppose that that's an option, but in my case, it's not in my wheelhouse. I kind of quit casting parts. Geez, I don't know, almost 10 years ago. I cast parts for about 40 years before I'd had enough of that and moved on to 3D printing.